Hi, welcome to Fusion Beads. I'm going to show you how to make our natural point necklace. This long necklace features the 4mm rock crystal faceted gemstone beads, metal seed beads. I have 3mm flat oval cable chain. I'm using the 22 gauge artistic wire in gold, and then I have these beautiful natural crystal point pendants that come in this nice little graduated set here. For my tools, I am using the Lindstrom ergonomic round nose pliers, short chain nose pliers, and I'm using the Tronics ergonomic razor flesh cutters. You can find links to all these beads and supplies in the description below. So let's get started. Okay, so to begin, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make all of these links here. And the links are constructed of 4 different types. There's ones with just seed beads, and then there's 3 others that are just a variation of seed beads and rock crystals. And then I made a duplicate, and I just turned the orientation so that it gave the necklace more variation, but that you can quickly assemble it together nicely. And then I've got down here on the bottom, I've got my little crystal points, and I left a little bit of space just to give them a little bit more of a feature there. So to begin, I'm going to go ahead and set my necklace aside. And I'm going to take the artistic wire, 22 gauge, and I'm going to cut off about 6 inches. And I always run it through my fingers a couple of times to work harden it, because artistic wire, it's pretty soft, even though it is a 22 gauge. So make sure you start with a nice flush cut on one end. Taking your chain nose, you bend a 90-degree angle. So you can do your little simple loop. And then you take your round nose, and I'm going to go pretty far down on the taper of the round nose because I want my loops to be pretty small. And then I just roll it back and then close that. Make sure it's nice and closed there. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut off this little part here that's a little bent because I can't string any beads on there. So I'm going to string one of my first links. So I'm going to need the seed beads and the rock crystals. So I'm just going to put some out here. So this pattern is going to be 2 seed beads, 3 of the rock crystals, and then it's going to be 2 seed beads and then 1 rock crystal. And even though the patterns of these are all different, I made sure that all the links are the same length so that your necklace is uniform when you're wearing it. So I've got all my beads strung on there. Got my pattern of 2, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and at the end there, just bend a 90-degree bend. I'm going to cut off, so just leaving a little bit to just do a little simple loop. Again, take your round nose and then just roll it back into a little simple loop. And when you first, this one came out they're pretty even across, but sometimes your loops may not be parallel to each other. So then you can just take a second pair of chain nose and line them up because you want to make sure they're like both the orientation is correct. And 2, just make sure that your wire, in case it has a little bow or anything, just kind of adjust your beads. So you set that guy aside, and then I'm going to do my second one, which is a different pattern. Again, work hardening your wire. Do a nice flush cut on the end there. Take your chain nose, again, just bend a 90 degrees. Take your round nose, and then just roll it back into a simple loop. And my second one is going to be 2 rock crystals, 3 seed beads, 2 rock crystals, and 1 seed bead. And you can definitely play with the pattern. You don't have to do these exact patterns if you choose. You could have them all be different if you like. String on my 2 rock crystals. And then I got my 1 seed bead. And seeing as how I've already made this, I know these match up exactly, but it's always good to just like look at your first piece that you made and make sure they're exactly the same length. Again, just bend 90 degrees. Cut the tail off, just leaving a little bit. And make sure you kind of hold your thumb down so your seed bead doesn't pop off. That has a tendency to happen when you're doing like a simple loop. So I just always kind of put my thumb over the top of it so it doesn't pop off before I turn my loop. So you grab your round nose and just roll it back into a little simple loop there. Tuck that in. And then I make sure that my orientation is going the same way. On this one, you can tell it's a little bit off. So it's like I'm just going to adjust it with the chain nose there. And again, to make sure that there's no bow in the beads there, or bow in the wire there for the beads. So I've got those ones done, and I already had pre-made a couple. So here are the ones that have 11 seed beads. So I have 2 of those. Here's the matching pair for that one I just made, and here's the matching pair for that one. And then my third link is 2 seed beads, 1 rock crystal, 1 seed bead, 2 rock crystal, 1 seed bead, and a rock crystal. So I am ready to go ahead and assemble my necklace here. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up for that, and we'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, I went ahead and I laid out all my links in the order that I'm going to assemble them on the chain. And I've laid out my chain, and I made sure that both sides are even so that I can go straight across and attach it, attach my links. So I'm going to go ahead and start attaching those, and then I'll put my crystal points on at the bottom. So I'm going to start from the bottom coming up, and my first link is going to be attached to the 12th link of chain on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and open my simple loops that I just made and find where the 12th link is at and go ahead and attach the first side. So there's the 12. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to pick it up with my chain nose and slide it on there. And then gently close that simple loop. And then just go across to the other side and do the same thing. There's the 12th link. I'm going to slide that on there. Go ahead and close it gently. And you kind of have to like lay it out each time after you attach it on there so that everything's like lined up again. And to make sure that you've got it on the same little links. So then I skip a link and then I go to the next one to attach my string of just the seed beads. Go ahead and close the loop. Then I'm going to open up my second loop. And I'm going to attach it to the, so leaving one space and then to the next one above. And unfortunately, it does like to twist on you a little bit, so then you have to kind of finagle it. There it goes. And go ahead and gently close that simple loop. Then just kind of lay it out again. So pretty much in that same process, I'm going to go ahead and attach all of my links. You know, each one going one space leaving one link in between and going up the necklace. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the rest of those, and I'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, I've attached all of my seed bead and rock crystal links that I've made here. And I left about a little bit of space, and then I'm going to attach my rock points at the bottom. And the reason I left some space is because some of these are up higher, so then that way it has room to move and everything. So I was looking at the rock crystals, and I'm thinking that I'm going to do this little configuration like this. I think those will make a nice little point there. So I'm going to use all those 5. So in the same fashion as the previous links that I made, I'm going to cut about 6 inches of the artistic wire. Make a 90-degree bend at the end of your wire again. Then roll it back with your round nose. Making a little loop. And go ahead and string on your crystals, points. And I chose to do mine in a graduated fashion for this necklace, but you could have yours just alternate links or however that you would like it to sit. So it's really your own aesthetic on what you like. So it looks like that will be about the same width. Might be a little bit wider, but I think that will work. So making sure that all my crystal points are pointing down just because of the variation of the sizes, and all the way on your loop there, so there's no space. Just do another 90-degree bend. Cut off the tail, just leaving a little bit to turn a simple loop. Take your round nose and just roll it back. Close that. And then I'm going to take my chain nose here and just make sure that my orientation is correct for your loops. And then I'm ready to attach it to my necklace. So again, just gently open those loops that you just made and attach it to the bottom link. And then close it. And then repeat for the other side. And there you have the natural point necklace is all done. You can find all the products and tools for this inspiration design at fusionbeads.com.